In a world where weebs and gamers get together to talk about anime and video games, this is our second episode of Weebs and Gamers Anonymous. And this week's topic, console wars.
Dun dun dun.
Bro, this will never get less cringe.
It won't. It really won't. All right, just like Norland explained, we are going to be talking about console wars. And essentially, we do have one new person as opposed from the last week's podcast, which is going to be Mr. Zach Lovett.
Hey, what's up, guys? Thank you for having me on your podcast.
All right, so I'm going to go through each and every one of you to essentially just ask like a video game recommendation that you guys would like to essentially kind of just recommend on this podcast. I'm going to start with you, Norland.
Right now, bro, honestly, anything from Software, but right now I'm just going to have to go ahead and say Elden Ring, man.
Oof.
I recently started getting into it. I started playing it. I am only level 16. I played that literally all day today, and it has been kicking my ass left and right. But I've been loving it, right? I love the challenge. If you're into challenging games, but you also like open world mechanics. So like in the past, if you've liked Dark Souls games, Sekiro especially, or even something close to like a Souls-like game like Jedi Fallen Order, you will love Elden Ring, right? It's that beautiful hybrid between high-level medieval difficulty to, let's say, a Zelda Breath of the Wild Skyrim type gameplay, and it is phenomenal.
All right. Actually, not a really bad choice. I've literally been playing that game as opposed to a lot of my colleagues here. They're beating me by like 300 levels. I don't know how.
But I'd be breaking controllers if I'd be playing that game. I feel like I hear people like start dreaming about the game because of how hard it is, and they're thinking about the boss that they're trying to beat. So I'm not trying to fall into that pit of despair right now.
No, yeah, man, no, for real. It's just a bunch of like repetition. It gets into your head. It's like dodge, roll, parry, dodge, roll, parry, dodge, roll, parry, fire, fire, fire.
But it's dodge, roll, parry, 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 fire, which actually essentially makes it really fun.
No, it does make it really fun, and then out of nowhere, it's just a straight hit hits you, and you're like, motherfucker! Like, and it's like just a peak anger.
All right, Richard, what is your video game recommendation of the week?
Man, I haven't really been playing anything new like Elden Ring, so I'll just go ahead and recommend my favorite game of all time, single player game that is. Norland actually just mentioned a second ago, Skyrim.
Oof.
Dude, yeah. I was playing that game like in middle school. I'll never forget. My brother took me to GameStop. I bought like a used copy, and it had the map of the whole Skyrim in there. And I put a few hundred hours into that game, and that's what my parents only let me play on weekends during when I was in middle school because they wanted me to focus on my homework and all that. But yeah, that game, it never ended. There was always something to do, and then they started releasing DLC and all that. Even though they kind of favored Xbox in that, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
But hey, the fact that you got it used was great because little GameStop thing before, I remember that if you bought a new version of a copy of a game, you couldn't return it because it had to be sealed. So if you bought a used copy, you literally had 14 days to play it. If you didn't like it, you could straight up return it, which was
maybe if it was open, did you have to like technically trade it in and they'll give you like $5 for it?
Yeah, literally essentially that, which is ridiculous.
All right, Richard, I got a follow-up question for you. What?
Hi, Elf.
Okay, there we go. Okay, now what class?
I focus more on magic. So
Nice,
as you say,
nice.
mage,
Like
It's
that.
always the basic.
yeah. Hey, it was fun. But I picked a high elf because he was like the best all around in my opinion. You were you could do with weapons, and you could obviously the magic was their strong point. If you've ever played Skyrim, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
All right, Zach. Up next is you. What video game would you recommend this week?
For this week, I would say, so I'm a big fan of racing in general. I live and breathe racing. I've been watching racing ever since I was a little kid. So I would have to say, really anything from the Forza series. So you have both Horizon and the Motorsport series, which both have their own like unique styles of playing. One is more arcade and one is more actual simulator. So I guess whatever is more whatever your preference is, if you want to play something that's a little bit more fun and not too serious or something that you want to play that is a little bit more serious in racing, either one of those would be good. So if you want arcade, Horizon. If you want more serious simulation, then the regular Motorsport series. It's something that a game that I've been playing now for like 6-7 years. And ever since now, recently that I got the Xbox Series X, finally, after finding one, I've been really doubling down on playing and trying to finish as much of the Forza games that I haven't played in a while, to try to complete them as much as possible before I move on to the next game and then finish that. So those would be my game/games that I would choose.
Zach, have you ever played the Need for Speed games?
Okay, as a kid,
It's too fake for Zach.
I used to. Well, actually, I thought Need for Speed, was it Carbon? I think Need for Speed Carbon was one of the ones I played the most. I didn't own it, but whenever I go to my cousin's house, it was something that him and I would always play. We would do like the Drift Mountain, like stuff, like because back then, like Tokyo Drift was the thing during that time, and all I wanted to do was the drifting races. So that was a lot of fun. Now personally, I only own I think it's the 2013 or 2015 Need for Speed.
Most Wanted?
No, it was like the reboot one that came out. I think 2015.
Oh yeah, no, I think I know what you're talking about.
It's just called Need for Speed.
Yes,
like it's
yes,
just simple. Yeah, it has like Ken Block and all these other people in there that I don't know their names. I played it for a while. I still, I own it. But it's like I'm not a hardcore Need for Speed fan. I think I'm more of like real racing kind of gamer.
Yeah, I feel you.
Nice.
Speaking of real racing, shout out F1 in our city this weekend.
Dude, yes, F1 this weekend. See, as we're recording this, it's Wednesday. Friday is the first day of practice, and the race is on Sunday. I can't wait for that. Too bad that I don't have any tickets. I would have loved to have gotten tickets, but it's just too expensive.
Resell your Xbox for tickets.
You should just stand outside of the Hard Rock and be like, "I'll give you an Xbox for my tickets. I'll give you an Xbox for tickets."
I think I would keep my Xbox.
Damn, it's like that.
Because it took over a year, almost a year and a half to get one. I think I'm gonna savor that moment.
That's fair enough.
Because F1 will be here in Miami for the next 10 years. I have plenty of time.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
when the hype dies down, right? It would be about
or not even that. Just for one thing, it was just too expensive and it was too late to buy tickets. But hopefully for next year, there'll be like an earlier time in which you can buy tickets, and then hopefully by then I'll have the money and the time and to go and actually enjoy it.
Yeah.
Instead of watching it on TV. So.
Oh, actually, we have a question. It's Plastic Diffuser saying no Call of Duty ? Sad face.
I think that question was directed to me. I believe that's one of my friends, but for the record, I did say my favorite single player game of all time,
which Skyrim. I can appreciate the fact that all of you have chosen like something that you can do like in single player.
Yeah, because multiplayer games are always constantly changing.
Correct.
And like Call of Duty would have to ask me to choose one out of maybe 10, 11 titles that I played.
That's easy. There's only like 3 good Call of Duties.
That is true.
You're right.
That is true. That is very true.
I wouldn't know. I don't play Call of Duty.
Oh, we're gonna get into that one.
And I'm just gonna sit here in silence when you guys do.
All right. So as for me, I'm going to have to go with Ghost of Tsushima, especially it being such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful game, especially with the director's cut on the PlayStation 5 when I replayed it. Oof. And there is no better way to play that game. If like you're playing it in English, there's something wrong with you because the voice actor in Japanese is the same voice actor as Zoro from One Piece. So there should be no reason anybody, and I mean anybody, should be playing that.
That's fire. I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's no reason for anybody to be playing that game in English. But the fact that it's so captivating and it's just literally a masterpiece. You could just wander onto the game without doing any missions and you're left like breathless and speechless. Like it's just beautiful with the array of colors and everything. It's just fantastic. Have any of you actually played it?
Oh yeah. I 100% of the game when it originally came out on PS4.
Fire, save.
Dude, it is crazy. Like I remember when I first saw that game, like, because I'm pretty sure they announced it before.
Yeah,
but when I first saw like the official trailer at E3 a couple years ago, I was like frothing at the mouth when I saw the gameplay, and like how we was just walking, and then all the cherry blossom petals were falling, and they were literally like bouncing off of like the character's body.
Yes, yes.
I was like, oh, that's it. We hit the peak, right? Video game graphics can't get any better than this, right? And it's a phenomenal game, great gameplay, beautiful story, great soundtrack too. Just like the mellow, like little tones that play when you're just riding the horse through a
It was
field.
just peaceful. Like,
It's yes.
When did that game come out?
it came out, I think, back in
Was it 2020?
2020, because I know we were in quarantine when I was playing it. The first
Okay.
time around the PlayStation 4.
2020.
Yeah, right.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I heard a lot of really good things about it. I think I decided not to play it because I had one of the first PS4s that came out. Not even the slim, just the first
Oh
one.
shit! You had the
original.
fat PS4.
Yeah, and at
had
that
the-
point, I'd be playing just Toucan. I thought my freaking PS4 was gonna take off because it sounded like an airplane. So I felt like I wasn't gonna enjoy
They
it.
recommended a pro for that one at least.
Yeah, probably.
yeah, for a fact. Even with the, because I had the slim, it still looked really nice. Don't get me wrong, but it looked so much better on the pro. Like,
Yeah.
so much better. But to get on the next topic of it all, Norland, if you had to pick a console and why, which one are you choosing?
Honestly, man, if I'm gonna just be as honest with you guys as possible, I am a nostalgia whore. So I'm gonna have to side with any basically Nintendo console out there, right?
Okay.
Specifically, if I was gonna get into like heavy, what I think the best Nintendo console is, it's either the Wii or the N64.
Okay. Two valid, very reasonable choices.
Very
Like,
valid.
there is no way that you're not gonna put an N64 in there. And the Wii is just peak childhood memory.
I know, like that. Just it's like if you go like do like everybody knows already.
Wii
It's time
Sports.
for some bowling,
Bro, I just got
Oh, yeah.
flashbacks of that one guy. What's his name? Mark in boxing.
Oh
Just
my
knocking me out.
Nah, it's crazy though, because I remember I got my Wii for Christmas, and when everybody was coming over, like my neighbors and stuff, to say like Merry Christmas, this is and that, I did not give a single fuck. I was playing tennis, like up the ass. Like that was the only thing I was playing, like straight up.
Hey yo,
no, dude, like for real, like, but like there was something about like just the Wii in general. I'll talk more about the N64 in a moment, but like especially like in Wii Sports, there was just something completely immersive about it that was insane. Like when I had that like the Wiimote in my hand, and I would be like, "Ugh!" I felt like Robert Federer or Nadal, right? I actually felt like a tennis player, even though all you really needed to do was just like wiggle it around, and it was more than enough. But you would still do the movements. It was really good at getting you to engage with the game, and not just Wii Sports. Like so many games had that aspect, and like Nintendo really pioneered that whole aspect of immersion in video games. Right now we have complete immersion in the sense of like we have all of these VR sets that you can put on. We have almost like 3D type technology that's just like right there, right? AR. But Nintendo really just amplified that with the physical aspect of games, right? When you think of games, people are like, okay, let me just type in here on my controller, let me just yeah. But Nintendo really was like, okay, no, you are the controller.
Yeah, which is
Right.
super cool. It's something that makes it so that both games and people can just be one. Like it makes it so that it's a little more immersive as opposed to just sitting on your chair and being like, all right, let me smash buttons. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Exactly.
You get me? And not only that, it's just the memories that it brought along with it too. Like there was so many games that made it so that you had to be so immersed into the game. Like for example, you're gonna tell me that you did not dance to Just Dance on the Wii? Like there's no way that nobody did that. Like it was just it was fun. And or beating my sister at Wii Sports and bowling. It's nothing that was more fun than being like, you suck and you got schooled by like an 8-year-old. Like it was fantastic.
It was really satisfying, man. Yeah, like the Wii in general, from like any game that you can like imagine to like current modern titles and everything, from like immersion, right, to also retro games. Because what people don't realize is that we had something on it called the Virtual Console, where you can in the Nintendo store you could download a lot of retro games.
So wait, you're telling me that the original Wii had
Yes.
virtual console? I thought only the Wii U.
No, the original we had it.
Really?
Yes, and you can download. It only had like a limited catalog.
Okay.
It didn't have like really any GameCube games or anything, but it had a lot of
Well, I mean, for
N64,
GameCube,
SNES. It was
yeah.
already backwards compatible.
Yeah, it was already backwards. So
It was already backwards compatible,
yeah.
which was incredible, right? That's how I relived a lot of GameCube games. Even though I had a GameCube, I broke it when I was a kid.
I still have my GameCube and my Wii.
nice.
Nice. I didn't get another GameCube
I
till I got older.
never get rid of those. I have an original Game Boy. That's
Don't you like?
Nice.
Don't you collect these?
I
Like, isn't
collect
this
them.
something that you? Do?
I have 8 DSs.
Holy shit, Zach!
Wow.
8?
8 DSs.
Wha-
3 of them are DS Lites. One is an original DS.
So the fat boy, like the fat.
the one that uses the
Yeah.
Game Boy charger. So that's 4. And then I have 2 of the original 3DSs, a DSi XL, and a 3DS, new 3DS XL.
Jesus Christ, Zach.
Yeah.
I have my DS somewhere. As
I have
well.
my 3DS, my DS Lite, but my DS Lite broke. I just have it there for like memories.
Oh my god! Speaking of broken DSi, I remember I was playing. I just got into DS. Maybe I would had it for maybe 2-3 months, and I was playing Super Mario 3D. I think it was. I don't know if you guys ever played it, but there was this one level where there was like a huge bomb at the top of the mountain, and you had to throw him off.
Yo,
Yes,
yes. It was the
yes.
remake of Super Mario 64.
Yes,
It was the Super Mario
I think I
64
have that.
remake.
I think I have that.
So
still.
long story short, instead of me throwing the bomb off the mountain, I did something dumb and he threw me off the mountain and I lost and I snapped my DS in half. That's probably my biggest rage to date.
Yo, I stay calling you Super Soldier Richard.
yo, I can imagine like 8-year-old Richard being like, "Ugh!"
And it really sucked because I was gonna go like on an airplane for the first time in like a few days before I did that, and then my mom, to like I guess punish me, she's like, "No, I'm not buying you another one until we get back." So I was just stuck without entertainment on that flight.
Man,
Oh my
I
god.
think the worst I've ever done was just bite my Game Boy. That was it.
What?
What the
Did you?
Wow,
You're
you
lucky
just-
those screens did not have like the LED liquid.
Well, no,
like, did you guys so pissed you literally grabbed and went,
I think you just
like
dug a
this-
memory from deep in my mind because I feel like I remember seeing bite marks on either my Game Boy or my DS as well.
I still had that Game Boy that I used to bite because it was my original. It was like my original Game Boy. I still have it. It's the blue one, and I remember because I play a lot of like I played a lot of Pokemon growing up, and I still play a lot of Pokemon. And like when losing battles or whatever, and I get frustrated, I bite the top part of the screen. I mean, of course, I never broke anything. It was just you see like the indentations of the
Yeah.
teeth, but that was it.
Yo, there's a reason why Nintendo makes those Switch cartridges taste like ass.
oh, 100%.
Because
Zach would have been the
kids
kid
like
to
Zach
eat it.
exist, bro. Kids like Zach exist.
But like, hey, give me a break, man. I was like 5.
No, yeah, man.
I was 5.
No, we all had like our rage moments when we were a kid, right? We like as kids we didn't have the value of money, right? So I'm assuming we all just like went ahead and messed with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is true. I feel like until we got the money to be able to purchase something by ourselves with like hard-earned money, we're like,
We're much more careful.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
except for controllers. Controllers still piss me off and they still break them. But you must get that insurance at Best Buy because like you can literally swap it out for like $5. So
Like for real, yeah. Well, like onto my
Honestly.
second console, right?
Go
What
for
I
it.
picked was the N64.
Yeah.
That is what I call the nostalgia machine, right? Everybody that I've ever talked to, when you ask them, okay, what's some of your favorite games? Undoubtedly, in their top 5, there's an N64 game in there.
oh, 100%.
Whether it be Mario 64, 007 GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, Donkey Kong Country, right?
There's just
And
a lot of
it's
fucking
just
titles.
so many games, and they just keep going and going and going and going and going and going, and it's just like, albeit the worst design controller in all time. It had the weird tripod design with the really bad stick in the middle. But man, were those games good. And I regret the fact that I was born too late to experience it.
Me
too.
For
Right?
Me too.
But I got to relive all of that through the Wii's Virtual Console.
Oh, okay, cool.
Right? Star Fox 64 was one of the first games I downloaded, right? Off of, okay, I don't know if you guys remember this. Did you guys ever play Super Smash Brothers Brawl?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Oh my
have it.
God,
I
yes.
still have it, yeah.
So in Super Smash Brothers Brawl, they had like this place called like the Legacy Collection or something like that, where you can go in and play for like 10 minutes
Yes.
the original games that some of the fighters were from.
Yes.
And that's how I played Star Fox, so I played Ocarina of Time. I'm like, oh my God, this is incredible. Then I begged my mom, can you give me a Nintendo card? I need a Nintendo card. And then I'll get the Nintendo card, and that's how I downloaded all those games off the Virtual Console. And man, I felt like I just missed out on everything, right? Because those games were like incredible.
There's a game store in Homestead that so the guy, he kind of owns it. He sells a bunch of old games as well as a bunch of new games, but his main thing is old games. So you'll find a lot of Wii games, you'll find a lot of Sega games, Sega consoles, N64s. Like I'm sure you'll be able to find, if you go to that store, you might find an N64. It's called oh no, what's it called?
Not sponsored,
I have-
by the way.
No, yeah, definitely not sponsored.
Definitely not
definitely not
sponsored.
sponsored. But I've gone there to find old games as well as I had a couple of my DSs fixed there because I not because I broke them.
Good, no, because you bit them.
The long story short, I wanted to swap out the batteries in Pokemon Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald, and as well as Red, Blue, and Yellow, or Gold and Silver. Sorry, and the guy messed up by putting solder where it shouldn't be, and it shorted the fuse on the two DSs I tried them on. So he fixed the cartridge and was able to fix the fuses on the DSs, and everything now works fine. But the place that it is, or the place that, or what it's called, I think it's
Yeah, please let me know.
Game
Because I
on-
think
or-
I saw a guy on my TikTok for you page the other day that he owns a business where he resells older consoles and games, but he upcharges so much.
Yo,
I'm sure this guy does too.
I've
to a
seen
certain
that guy.
extent,
It's like
but-
DK something, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, and he
something
he
like
films
that.
himself like shipping things out.
Mhm.
Yeah, I've checked his site. I'm like, dang, I want to buy an
Oh.
N64, but like,
I think
Not
I
to
know
pay
who
that
you're
much
talking
for
about.
it.
Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I may or may not follow him on Instagram. But so the store here in Homestead is Play It Again. It's a retro. It says retro video game store. So you can find a bunch of old games, new games. You can find controllers for said consoles. You can find everything there. Everything dating back to the 80s and to now. So that if you want like good retro or any kind of old school gaming, whether it's the game itself or even consoles, that's a good place to go.
nice.
Nice. Alrighty, Richard, you're up next.
Let's see. Man, I've played on so many consoles looking back at it now. Shout out to Norland for mentioning the N64 because that was my first console ever as well. I played Mario Kart a lot on it back when I was maybe like 5, 6. So if I had to pick a console today, right now for my current needs, just because I want like a workstation, but something that I could also game on. I'll probably go with PC if you could consider that a console.
Oh, brother, he's
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those.
PC Master Race. PC Master Race.
Yeah, I'm that guy. Well, everyone was struggling to buy a PS5 or an Xbox, like Zach. I was struggling to buy parts for the PC, but
And shit's still crazy.
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. I know parts are super expensive right
scarce
now,
and
so I'm
expensive,
glad
yeah.
I got that over with. But all time, if someone told me, "Oh, you can only play one sort of console for the rest of your life," I would probably go with the PlayStation category, even though I don't own a PlayStation 5 as of right now, but I've heard nothing but great things about
See, at
it.
least you're not trying like Zach. Zach tried for a whole year and a half. But pick the worst console though.
If
in
I
my
wanted,
opinion, I'm
if
so
I wanted to, I could get one.
Hey, look, on paper, both consoles are pretty much the same.
I
That
feel
is
you.
true.
That is
That
true.
is
You're not
true.
wrong, but hear me out. PlayStation's still better.
Fact check, you're wrong.
Okay, but is it games or is it performance or like specs and everything?
Oh shit.
Okay,
Right.
I mean,
Because the
we're
debate is
talking-
always exclusives.
which you're
always
not
the
wrong.
game.
Exclusives will always be given to PlayStation, and you can't deny that. As much as you may love Halo, and as much as you may love anything,
I actually don't. I've never played
Damn,
Halo.
are you serious?
I've never played,
And what is your reasoning to be on Xbox?
Whoa, what the
Forza.
fuck?
But we'll get into that. We'll get into that.
We'll get
actually.
into
So Forza is Xbox.
The reason
Windows
the
racing
reason why I got
games?
into
Okay.
Xbox was because of Forza, but we'll get it. We'll talk about that when it's my turn to
whatever.
go.
Didn't pick Halo, but if it's
Well,
I have a whole background, but
you
we'll
can
get into
continue.
yeah.
No, we'll
Go,
get
no,
into that.
please
I want-
continue. No.
I actually
I
want
want-
to know more about like Richard's PC stuff. So, what's your current specs? What are you looking at?
Right now, looking at Founders Edition 3070. It's my pride and joy right there.
Damn. Damn.
I hit on that the first day it ever dropped on the Best Buy website.
Dude, you beat the bots. Nice.
Yeah, I don't know how. I didn't even think it was that big of a deal at the time, but apparently it is. Because right now it's still selling for like $1,000, which is double what I got it for. And processor, I have like I believe it's Ryzen 5600.
Nice.
Have a liquid cooler in there from Corsair, cases Corsair.
Oh my god, you have a high-end
The nice
machine.
stuff. Yeah, like 1500 on
Yeah,
it.
it's-
I'd say.
Ooh.
For a
Some
nice
light,
spin.
some light.
So, what do you usually find yourself playing on the PC?
So right now on the PC, extremely lame, but I just play with my friends are playing most of the time, which as of late is just Call of Duty. We were on Warzone when the new map came out. We got tired of that pretty quickly, and then
That map is kind of trash.
yeah, I know Angel could relate to that. He hates them. Yeah, he's like dying right
But I'll
now.
still carry you. But in all honesty, that map is fucking garbage.
And then and my friends and I also follow the competitive Call of Duty scene, so they released ranked on Vanguard not too long ago. So it's like just 4v4 on certain game modes. We're super competitive, so we just get on there and just talk shit to kids when we win and don't say anything when we lose.
But you can, like, the only prime thing of it is because of the fact that you're shit talking kids. Not because Vanguard is a good game,
I mean, we're good at it, so that makes it
which
fun
that
as
makes
well.
it a little more fun, correct? But the game itself, if COD could,
It's not that good.
It's
no,
not. If
it's
COD
not.
could just honestly,
It's not near the
listen-
level of.
When Zach
all.
starts talking about his piece on Xbox, then I'll talk about Call of Duty
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
because Xbox Call of Duty was peak Call of Duty.
Oh yes, I will give it that.
Like Xbox 360.
Yes,
Xbox 360
Yeah.
Call of Duty was
I'll
peak
give it
Call of
that.
Duty. From the gameplay to the culture around it, it was peak.
it's beautiful,
And I never
and that-
experienced
And
it.
here's the funny part. I say that it's peak, but I was one of those 12-year-olds being like, get shit on.
Dude, all those 12-year-olds that were like, hey, I fucked your mom, bro. Like, right, you say that now and you get banned. Like,
Oh yeah, for a fact.
you can, there's no more like shit talk culture.
In-game lobby talking was just one of the most beautiful things ever. From the fuck you, no, I fucked your mom to oh my god, what the fuck? And dude, it was just it was peak gaming. It
The world's
really
gotten
was.
soft.
Yeah, it really
Yeah.
has. It really has. But continue, Richard.
no, but yeah, Vanguard. Yeah, you're right. It's not near the best Call of Duty. I mean, it's not near like Black Ops 2, which the prime was on Xbox 360. Like we guys said, my first Call of Duty was Black Ops 1, so that always have a special place in my heart.
Yes, sir.
And
Damn, wait, so you didn't play MW2 or MW3?
I played MW3.
Okay.
I didn't play MW2 because my parents didn't let me play shooter games until
Okay, nah.
until I was like 11
I
years
feel
old.
like every kid
unfortunately.
had like the same epiphany like in 7th grade. Your dad's just like, oh, whatever, he can play.
Or whatever.
Yeah, it was
he's
like
old
6th grade
enough.
for me. So, but yeah, I'm really mad because people still call that the greatest Call of Duty to this day.
Yeah.
But hey, just know I'll hop on it right now, never playing it, and I'll shit on anyone.
Wow, whoa.
360
Have to gas
degree, no
myself up real
scope,
quick.
quick scope, tomahawk across the map.
Oh my god. But yeah, I mean, I respect the fact that you're going with a PC. It's something that I feel like you can obviously always change. It's not gonna get old. It's reliable. Like it's straight up reliable.
Yeah, and if you've played on a PC and you'll relate to this, you never know how trash 60 hertz is, which is what we played on for majority of our lives compared to once you're in the 144 plus or 120 on the new consoles isn't as bad at all either. But so if I look at a 60 hertz gameplay, I'm like, "Ugh, what is that, man? Get that away from me.
Which yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. The fact that I'm on PlayStation 5, it's kind of like refreshing to be able to see a nice refresh rate, especially when you're playing any type of video game. And if I'm gonna be honest, especially on it's not a multiplayer at all, but it's the Spider-Man game
Ooh, yeah.
remastered.
I've heard really good things about it.
Beautiful.
Dude, the
Like,
ray tracing,
Oh.
crazy.
crazy.
You like when you swing next to like a building and you see your reflection in the building
Yes.
while you're swinging
Yes.
in real time. It's like
Beautiful.
That's dope.
I remember well, I'll speak more on it when it's my turn. But all right, Zach.
Yep.
Up to you. Why is Xbox?
So, growing up, this is a little bit of backstory. Growing up, I was Nintendo, like Northern, right? Like that's what I grew up on. I had, I think the GameCube was my first console. Well, for home console. Then I had, of course, the Game Boy and stuff, and then the Wii eventually. But I did have a PS2 that was a hand-me-down for my uncle who gave it to me when he got the PS3. So. Not too bad of a combination. I didn't have Xbox back then. Actually, the Xbox One was my first Xbox. And the only reason why I got it was because I went over to my uncle's house once, and his son had an Xbox One with Forza Motorsport 5. And before then, I had been really wanting to play Forza. I never really like was able to do it anywhere else. Even if you go to GameStop and they have like a demo or whatever. So when I found out that he had Forza, I was like, oh, I'm gonna try it out. And when I tried it out, I was like, man, this game is really cool. The visuals or the graphics look amazing. I think I might just end up getting an Xbox and my first game be Forza. So then fast forward 2 years later, Microsoft comes out with a Forza Edition Xbox, and I'm like, there's no way in hell I'm not getting that. So I got it. I think this was back in like I think it was 2015. I was in high school, so the money that I had was like birthday money, Christmas money, all that stuff. So I had it saved up. I had my mom use her credit card, and I paid her back for it, and I got it. And all I played was Forza for like the next 2 or 3 years, aside from other games like playing F1 games and other stuff too. I think GTA 5 was another one that I got, but that was like whatever compared to Forza. So pretty much the only reason why I got Xbox was for Forza, and I kind of just branched out from there. So in a way, I'm kind of stuck with Xbox, but I don't mind at all because a lot of the games that I play you can get on PlayStation 5, aside from Forza, of course, because it's exclusive. But other games that I've gone along the way, like Need for Speed or the F1 games or whatever else, GTA 5, you can play on PlayStation. I mean, for me, I'm not strictly like Xbox, like that's the best console. I'm open to really any console.
100%, man. And I think that's the way to do it in like the gaming environment now.
Yeah, but because now most of my games are on Xbox, so I have a little bit of a
Preference?
a ton of more of a preference towards Xbox. But I do have a PS4. I haven't gotten a PS5 yet. I do want to get a PS5, but I do have a PS4 with some games. Like I mean, it's not much. I think I literally have like 4 games, which are The Last of Us, No Man's Sky. I have Call of Duty. I think it's Call of Duty Ghosts, but I didn't buy it. My cousin gave it to me when I bought the PlayStation from him, and then the other game was I think. Oh, what was it? I don't remember.
Ratchet and Clank.
No, it wasn't anything like that. But I don't have that many games for PlayStation. But when I do get the PS5, whenever it's available, because again, just like with Xbox, you just can't get it anywhere. I do plan on buying more games from there. I'll focus more on the exclusives because I feel like Xbox is like my main console, and I'm just gonna buy whatever games there, and then just get other the exclusives for the PS5.
Yeah, man, I know what you mean. Like, I love Xbox. I like just like Plastic Confuser saying over here, real OGs went from Xbox 360 to PlayStation 4. That's exactly what I did.
Oh yeah, same.
Right, because
100%.
Xbox 360 at the time had all the exclusives, man. Halo, it had all the Call of Duty stuff earlier. Then you got it on PlayStation, all the maps, all the DLC, you would get that exclusively first. And at a better price than you would on PlayStation. Even though to play Xbox, you had to pay for live, right?
Yeah. At the time, we were broke.
Everybody was broke. I'd be like,
We were broke.
I don't know if you guys had Xbox 360. I don't know if you remember buying the Xbox Live cards.
Yes.
Like at Walgreens.
Yes.
And then, yeah.
Not only that, I remember because since I was in school, I was like, you know what? There's no point in me buying this when I'm not going to be able to play during school. So I would literally only pay for it when I was in
Like
winter
on break?
or
Yeah.
summer. Because those were the times that I was like, I know that I'm not getting off this couch at all until my parents forced me.
Yeah, I remember one of the main arguments back then. It felt like the console wars were stronger back then. PS3 versus Xbox 360.
That was the peak console war.
Yeah,
One of the
100%.
one of the main arguments for PlayStation people was like, "Oh, at least we don't have to pay
It's free. Yeah.
to play
That was true.
our
I
games
do remember
online."
that. Yeah.
And then but then after there was a time when PlayStation Network got hacked. It was down for like a month, and I was freaking miserable.
And not only that, sometimes the servers weren't as good on PlayStation as they were on like Xbox.
Yeah.
And so I will give it that. But
Is that why it was free?
Exactly.
Hey,
After that
exactly.
happened-
Actually, you know what? Yeah, we can't complain.
Microsoft had that shit on lock. They had good servers.
They did.
Like you would find the occasional like especially I'll be honest, all my memories from the Xbox 360 come from me playing Call of Duty.
Oh, yeah.
the lobbies were very stable. Occasionally, playing Modern Warfare 3, you would shoot a hacker and your game would crash, and your
That's
your
insane.
Xbox would just stop working, and then it'll just red ring of death itself and come back to life.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, yeah, just a lot of memories tied with me and Xbox as well. The one thing I'm gonna give at current Xbox over PlayStation is Game Pass. Is the Game Pass?
I mean, I don't have it myself, but I mean, it's a pretty great deal because you have the Game Pass that you can get it just for console, or you can get it for both console and PC.
And PC.
What is it like? That's like $10 a month. And you get,
I think
or
it's
how much?
$1 the first month, and then $14.99 afterwards.
And you
Yeah.
can play like
Not only
a
that,
ton
You
of
can play
games.
Yeah,
any
there's a ton of
game
games.
from like
Okay.
I think Bethesda since they own them now.
It's like a
EA.
bunch, a whole bunch of all the
Not
old
even-
Halo games.
not even that, the backwards compatibility.
Oh yeah,
That is
true.
something that I give Xbox to the fifth degree.
Yeah.
Like there's nothing.
All the way to the original Xbox.
Oh my god, there's the amount of times that I'd love to go back and play Skate 3, which is one of the most
Dude,
fantastic
the
games in
memories.
my
You just-
entire life. On PlayStation, I can't do that, and I'm so mad. I currently at PlayStation 5, like if that was a game that I could still play to this day, that would be the game I would be on. Like, screw everything else. Hey, let's jump down the mega ramp and see who actually lands and gets the most points. Like that
Yeah.
was literally
Yeah.
peak for me.
Or
like
like-
I spent the whole summer playing that game.
or they have that one game mode where
Hall of Meat.
all of me
Always.
is just who can hurt themselves the worst. I remember watching those videos on YouTube, and these people just do like triple backflips and try to land on their head.
And then sometimes when they would land, they would do like the little rolls to kick
yeah,
up in the
you
air.
flop around like a fish and try to break another bone in the process.
to keep the score going. Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard PlayStation's trying to do something to copy Game Pass though now.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was going to mention that too. That
Okay.
I had heard something about that, but
Yeah, it's like they're gonna have like different tiers of PlayStation Live now, where depending on how much you pay is game access that you get. So I'm pretty sure they're doing one. It's like a highest tier. You have access to old PS2 games, old PS3 games, old PS1 games. But some of the games I believe are cloud server based. So you don't really download the game. They're just you play them kind of like in a server, which leads to lag
Wow,
and stuff
I might
like that.
I might have to get on the PS5 wave if that's the
Dude,
case. 'Cause
that-
there's some
that-
PS2
there-
games that I really want to go back and play.
If I can go back and play San Andreas, Grand Theft Auto San
Oh.
Andreas for the first time, I would.
Dude, I remember the one game I played a lot on PS2 was the first Need for Speed Most Wanted, and in that game you would go down a list of 15 cars that you had to beat, and I don't know if I just sucked at the game or if I just struggled more because I was like really young when I played it, but I feel like I have to beat that game for my life to be complete. So I really want to play it again. Let's see. Shout out to Plastic Diffuser. Doritos Crash Course was the best 360 game ever established. Can anyone vouch for that?
What the fuck? I remember. What the? Why do I have a weird memory towards that name for a game? Like, I don't know why, but that sounds very familiar.
Did you guys ever play? Okay, I don't know. This is just a random memory that I think Doritos Crash Course just sparked in me. Did you guys ever play like the Shrek GTA kind of ripoff?
Yes.
What?
Oh, did you ever play the Simpsons one?
Yeah, Simpsons Hit and Run.
Simpsons
Hit and Run?
Yeah.
But there was a Shrek like Grand Theft Auto game.
That sounds.
I forgot.
Very
I do not know what console it's from. If anybody in the chat knows, please drop it. But there was a Shrek like Grand Theft Auto style game where it was like third person, and Shrek would run around the swamp and like beat people up.
Nah, that would fry my brain if I tried playing that.
Like it was a game. Like I've seen it, and like Shrek can like literally like double jump and like hover over things. It's incredible. It's incredible.
Oh wait,
officially licensed.
What the?
Is it officially licensed?
I don't like it's a game made with Shrek in it. I think it's a real game. Like
What the fuck?
but but yeah, no, maybe it's just a random memory I have, but please go on.
Oh my god. So to kind of backtrack to my answer now. So I'm going to have to go with PlayStation, even though I have so many core memories with Xbox, and not even that, my Sega Genesis being like the first console ever. Like I remember playing Sonic with my sister and my brother, and that was like peak for me as a kid, because it's like I was the younger brother that was like always trying to be included in everything. And then it was like the few times that they would like invite me to play, it's like, oh my god, this is it. Like this is my moment to shine. But that and playing like there was Mortal Kombat. Oh, that was also really fun. Would I get my ass kicked all the time? 100%. But other than that, it was my Xbox 360 that my brother and my sister got for me for Christmas. And it was just the enjoyment because I remember so many times that my friends in 6th grade were like, dude, Skyrim or Black Ops 2. And I was like, oh, fuck. I gotta get this. So I remember for Christmas, that's all I wanted. It's all I wanted. And my brother and my sister like made a joke and they were like, oh, here we go. We got you this. And it was like a pair of like flip flops. And I was like, what? And then I remember I started crying to the point where they're like, oh, we're kidding. Here, and it's Xbox 360. The amount of joy and then the amount of fun that I had that summer, I remember was just playing Skate 3, Black Ops 2. I would go back to revisit Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3. I remember that I played those games with my brother when he had his PlayStation 3. But at the same time, that also was very limited because he was in there with his friends playing, and I was just like, hey, open the door. Please, let me play. And they're like, no, get the fuck out. So I remember the few times that I did, and it was fun. I'm not gonna lie. The fact that PlayStation made it so it was free, it was fantastic. But the fact that the servers went down for a while also wasn't very fun.
Yep.
But still, though, after my Xbox 360, I was like, all right, PlayStation again. PlayStation 4 automatically took the cake, took everything, and I was like, all right, this is that console. And then now I was fortunate enough to like get a PlayStation 5 back in like 2021 in January. And I was literally
Nice.
at work when that happened. My girlfriend claims to have manifested it for me because we were all there working. I had a customer on the phone. And I was like, yeah, give me 1 second. She was like ranting about how she couldn't see her like 3rd graders' photos. And I was like, yeah, give me 1 second. I'll put you on hold. I literally placed the order. And at first I was like, oh, fuck. I don't think I got this. And it's going to send me an email saying, haha, you've been screwed over. You're not going to get this PlayStation 5. I literally passed by Best Buy like maybe like a week later. And I'm like, oh, shit. I actually got it, and then sadness came into my mind when $600 came out of my bank.
My God.
But yeah, no, I even to this day, I don't know, something about console that makes it just more fun for me.
Yeah, there's something to say. Like the PlayStation 4 is one of the best-selling consoles of all time, and it really put an end to the Xbox and PlayStation war at the time, because although the Xbox One was incredible,
Oh yeah, not that
it
even
was
knock it down.
possibly also more powerful than the PlayStation. It just didn't have any games on it, right? It didn't really have any exclusives, so nobody bought it very much, other than Forza, for example. Most of the exclusives just pittered off, or they became
Yeah.
for both consoles.
Yeah, I can't tell how many times Forza won Game of the Year or something from like
Oh yeah,
IGN or something, but those were essentially the most popular games for the last 5 years, 5-6 years.
Mm.
So I mean, when it comes to exclusives, those are the ones that really sell the best for Xbox.
but still, Infamous Second Son though.
Man, that was a fire game.
Now that game was fun.
Yeah, man, it's just like PlayStation in general. The exclusives it has, bro.
Yeah,
Infamous,
even
Dishonored.
to this day, even to this day.
Yeah, like Infamous, Dishonored, The Last of Us, Tomb Raider, so on and so forth. It's crazy.
Uncharted.
Uncharted.
Damn.
Yeah, it's like they really have a grip on them. Like I made a joke earlier, but like Ratchet and Clank, like if you're like an old head like me, right? Ratchet and Clank,
I
Sly
played a few of them.
Cooper, right? Jack and Daxter.
Oh my
These
God,
are games.
Sly Cooper on the PlayStation 2.
Exactly. These are like old like exclusive games. What's his name? Crash Bandicoot.
Cool, yes.
Another Sony exclusive IP there, right? A Little Big Planet or Little Big World, however it's
Yeah.
called.
Yeah,
again.
Little Big Planet.
Little Big Planet, yeah.
That was after PSN went down for a month. I think what they did to make up for it was they offered you 2 free games out of a group of like 5 or 6 games, and I remember the ones I chose was Little Big Planet just because I heard it was fun, and the first Infamous game. That's one that I played a little bit more, and that was really fun. But yeah, Infamous Second Son was on another level. On PS4.
Dude, when it came to graphics at the time being, I feel like it was something that, like color wise, also everything about it just made it captivatingly like beautiful in that sense. I remember using like the neon power, and I was like, by far the coolest one.
Yeah,
Like by far the coolest one. And the fact that the game went from being like, hey, you can choose your own route versus being good or evil, and it was just I don't know, like it gave you that option as the player, being like, hey, do you want to be the villain to this, or do you want to be like the good guy? And depending on what side you chose, was like the types of the effects that your powers would take on,
Yeah.
which is badass. But
Yeah, I think, and then we forgot honestly like the best exclusive to come out at the end of the PlayStation 4's lifestyle was the remake of God of War, like the new God of War series.
okay, you guys are gonna hate me. I don't really fuck God of War that much,
Ooh, like the original series or the
or
remake?
just in general. Like
Wow.
I can say that the games are good.
That's a bold. That's an opinion. That's definitely an opinion.
Definitely an opinion. I'm not gonna like discourage that or throw that down there. But yes, I am not that much of a fan of.
I
God of War.
never got
Dude.
around to playing it, but
Play.
most people
Play
I've
it.
heard have said
It's badass. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
It's just
I've-
not my
I've heard
The
favorite.
that's a good
story, the gameplay. It's honestly one of the best games of all time. The chat will agree that God of War is incredible.
Nah, God of War is legendary. Water bottles.
But
But like also looking at old Xbox exclusives, insane.
oh yeah, that is
Right?
true.
So Halo, fire. Again, we talked about it before.
Fire.
Forza, hidden gem, also Xbox exclusive, Jet Set Radio.
Never heard of it.
Me either.
Really recommend you guys play it.
Remember, Xbox One.
happening?
Xbox One is my first Xbox.
Okay. If you guys can, I think they might have it on Game Pass.
What am I watching?
Jet Set Radio is incredible. So basically, you rollerblade a town around a city like spray painting,
Like tagging walls and
kind of
everything?
like tagging walls and stuff. And it's about you build your combo. It's kind of like a skating game. Imagine like Tony Hawk Pro Skater, but like you're like on rollerblades and you're like tagging walls and stuff. It is very good. Beautiful soundtrack, great gameplay. It's one of the best Xbox exclusives out there.
Oh, now that we're on Xbox exclusives, I don't know if you guys remember the game that if I'm not wrong, it was Xbox One that was trying to come out with. It was a game where you're basically riding around town on like railings and stuff like that, and you're basically destroying monsters, and you can basically jump off cars and stuff like that. It's literally in this. I forgot the name of it.
It rings a bell.
It sounds like an infamous ripoff.
No, dude, it was so bad because everybody's super hyped about it, and then when they eventually got to the game, it was trash, like straight up dog water trash. Oh yes, Sunset Overdrive. Yes, it looked fantastic. Like literally as the trailers and all that, I was like, oh damn, you know what? I might be missing out on this because it looks super sick. The actual game came out and I was like, damn, Xbox really fucked up.
Yeah, I think that was like a spiritual successor to the game I was talking about earlier.
Yeah. That's what it literally reminded me of.
Yeah, because it's a spiritual successor, but it just didn't pan out. But yeah, man, Xbox in terms of exclusives, again, like Halo, bro. I could talk about Halo for hours, man.
Dude.
Just Halo Combat Evolved. Like I remember
But
playing that on the original Xbox and on computer. I had it downloaded off of a disc. I had the disc for Halo,
shit.
and we would play it on and I played it on the family computer, and it was so much fun.
All right, but you have to agree that the best Halo, and I don't know if anybody out there also did this, but it was being in your school and everybody had a copy of a Halo downloaded so that
We do
whenever-
not condone this. That is piracy. We do not condone that.
You know what I'm talking about. That is literally it. That's all I had to say, and that's that.
Damn, my schools must have been lame because I don't think I ever.
Damn, you missed
I
out.
don't remember playing
You
Halo
missed
in
out.
school.
I remember getting that. People also offered me Minecraft.
Oh yeah, but no, it was all about Halo.
Wait,
It
what do you
was-
mean they offer like a shady guy at the corner open his
Yeah,
jacket?
dude. In
It was like-
computer
it was like
class,
Minecraft on
in
the flash
computer
drive.
class, they would be like, "Hey, do you want to put this on your thumb drive?" And I'm like, no, I'm a Christian boy. I don't steal, Mister. And yeah. But no, yeah, people in computer class were wild.
dude. But it was so much fun, especially when you would get everybody on board. It was just the amount of people you would like shit on because you would have all the boys and the girls playing, and essentially it was just you would dominate one team. Like there was no
that
way.
would get toxic. Aw.
But yeah, no, I mean, I really enjoyed playing Halo Reach, which is something that I remember when I got it on the Xbox 360, I was like, damn, you know what? Like this is something that'll keep me on Xbox. But after a while, I was like, you know what, PlayStation.
See, enemy 7368 asks, anyone play Watch Dogs? Super hyped, but wasn't that good. I did
Yeah.
play Watch Dogs, and I played the first one. I actually really enjoyed it. It was one of the single player games that I do remember playing a lot on PS4. And the multiplayer, I played it like 2 or 3 times with my friends, and it was really funny at the time. It was like a more technological version of GTA 5. I don't know if you guys ever
but the
played it.
mechanics were sometimes very wonky.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I share the same opinion of Watchdog as I do of Cyberpunk 2077, which is have amazing concepts that were just executed poorly.
You're not wrong. You're not
Like
wrong.
the whole idea of just being able to walk around and hack people and stuff
It
like
was
that
dope.
sounded super cool. Executed to like
Yeah.
dirt in the ground. It was
But-
not well done.
What I did enjoy more about the original Watch Dogs as opposed to Watch Dogs 2 was how dark the game felt. Like it felt like you were a vigilante. The
Yeah.
second one was super colorful. Don't get me wrong, it was still fun to play for the most part because I remember I was like lacking the feel of like an Assassin's Creed game. So I was like, you know what? Cool, I'll give this game a shot. And that was during winter break, and that's all I was playing. It was fun. It didn't give that same vibe. Obviously, different setting, different scenario. Like literally, Watch Dogs 2 took place in San Francisco, San Diego.
I think
But
yeah, maybe San Francisco.
I don't remember. But opposed to I'm assuming if
The
I'm
first
not
one was
wrong,
Chicago, right?
No, yeah. Like I like the feel and aspect to that game a little more, especially with the ambiance as opposed to the second one. But still, it was fun. Just it wasn't enough,
Yeah.
Exactly.
you know. But
Yeah, it didn't have any longevity to it, I guess you say, or replay
yeah, kind
value.
of the same way how GTA literally years, and we're talking about years later, that game is still popping.
Yep.
And now that the fact that the PlayStation 5 has a specific model that runs at 120 hertz is fire.
Mhm.
Wait, what are they saying?
We got 2 questions.
They said so. Enemy said it felt like Watch Dogs was like GTA and Infamous together. Yeah, I could kind of see that.
Yeah.
And then Water Bottle said, "You guys are not mentioning one of the greatest games of all time, Red Dead Redemption 1 through 2." I have heard great things about it.
That's-
I didn't play any of them.
That's an entire a topic, like episode all for itself, man. Like I could probably talk for like an hour and a half about Red Dead and
Red Dead,
1
like
and 2.
the original, like first Red Dead. I remember playing it on the 360. The amount of fun that I had completing the game, and then after that going like, all right, time to cheat, was also fantastic. The amount of like, there was a certain outfit that I couldn't unlock on my own, and I was like, damn. And it was a specific like outfit that basically you can go around massacring the whole town, and the actual sheriffs will never be on you at all. Like, do what you
That's
want with that
hilarious.
information. I literally massacred, and I became like Aaron Yeager.
The most wanted person in all of the history of
Not
Red
even
Dead.
wanted, like straight up.
Just not wanted at all.
Nobody could touch me at all.
That's like
It's like, walking down like the actual town on a Tuesday afternoon, just randomly stabbing someone in the back and just walking away, and everybody else was just like, okay, cool, we're ignoring that.
dude. Skyrim was the opposite of that. You could like literally trip someone.
you would shoot a chicken.
Yeah, exactly. That's
And
what
you
I was
would have the
getting
guards
at.
be like, you have committed crimes against and treason against our people. What say you in your defense?
Literally.
Halt, citizen. Halt.
And then sometimes you would just get frustrated because you did something by accident and you save the game really quick and you just start going off on all the guards.
Not even that. There was a time when I was playing Skyrim where, the mountain where you have the graybeards?
Mm-hmm.
I remember I literally foosrolled one of them off the mountain. I never saw him again in my game.
Oh my
I never
God.
saw him again in the game. I promise you. I was like, wow.
Skyrim's engine was unreal for the time, man.
Yeah, it really was.
Those people had to figure it out.
Yeah, I remember also playing it on PC and downloading all the Naruto mods. Oh, dude, there was nothing more peak than a 14-year-old me just being like, yes. Like,
I can't imagine a Nine-Tails fox just wreaking havoc. all over
nah,
the
you'd be able to open like all the 8 gates of pain,
That's insane. I need to do
bro,
that.
and like your health would decrease. But like if you had like an immortality or like God mode where you could literally ride it,
It would, yeah.
it literally didn't affect you. You would just go insanely fast for the like. Oh my god, it's so much fun. But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
no. Anything else?
I think we missed one. Oh, we have one more question. I think we skipped. By Yin Yang 1113. Question off topic, but thoughts on the Borderlands series?
Oof.
I love Borderlands.
I like Borderlands. It was a very entertaining game. I feel like it kind of went on par, not like with Skyrim a bit. at the
Yeah,
time
I
being.
think it came out around the same time. I love the Borderlands series. It really it's a looter shooter.
Yeah, I enjoyed the
Style game. They are a lot of fun. They're very funny. 3 wasn't the greatest, but Borderlands 2
2 was
phenomenal.
peak. I think it was
It
peak.
was phenomenal. My favorite one was a gun that was like a robot that became a gun, and it would literally yell at you. It was like, "We are now murdering people."
Like it was just a very wacky game, but at the same time, it brought you with like the immersiveness of the world, and not only that, just I don't know, like it was fun. It was a different type of like style when it came to the like animation, if that's the right word I'm looking
Yeah.
for, or the
Yeah, because it's also very
Yeah.
comic booky,
Like
in terms
cartoonish,
of its
yeah.
in terms of its looks. But yeah, these again back to the overall question on console wars. All like except for Red Dead when we were talking about that, most of these games are both Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah,
You
for
can play it on both, and now also PC. These games are like incredible, but like overall, like going back to the concept of console wars, I think it's something that's dying out because
Yeah.
people are just now playing what they prefer and they're just playing the games they want to play, right? So there's no definitive what console's better than the other anymore. It's what am I in the mood to play in right now?
correct.
Yeah.
Like some
Yeah.
people don't want to just try hard on a PC and just be like, all right, let me go play Valorant and sweat my nuts off, or you get me? Like before it was Counter Strike, which peak. It was peak. It was
Yeah.
fun because it was the other type of excitement, the same time that you would feel in Black Ops 2 with the shit talking, but it was done through CS, and it was fantastic. Knowing that like you can op somebody in the head, it was just I don't know, that was fun, and the fact that people would play music while they were like trying to clutch was also very fun. You get me? But there really isn't no like definitive answer to what is the best console now. Like for crying out loud, your favorite console could be the Switch, and that's valid because
Yeah.
I am finding myself going back to playing Animal Crossing lately, and it's fun. Like the amount of times I hear like Tom Nook trying to harass me for his payments for my house upgrades, it's fun. I'm going into bankruptcy, but it's okay.
Yeah, it's a whole concept of like if the rivalry's dead. It's just people do what they want now.
Yeah, which is essentially really cool. Like don't get me wrong, it was super toxic and fun before, but now it's kind of like everybody's collectively said, you know what, it doesn't really matter. Still,
Yeah.
people do believe that PC is master race, which
We could
Sure.
if you're an adult, you'll admit PC is the best,
Yes,
right?
yes.
You have the best graphics. You're not getting outdated anytime soon.
for sure.
You have access to almost every title, right? PC's the best, but there is that feeling of grabbing controller,
Yeah.
And just
powering
getting,
on
Yup.
your console.
Well, actually, because when I play on PC, I still use a controller.
That's true.
Yeah, that
That's
is
fair.
very
Like,
true.
I still use
I-
the
Like
controller.
I
The
would
only-
never play COD without a controller.
Oh, yeah.
I cannot do that.
Because I like the only game the only game that I use a keyboard for is Minecraft. That's it.
Shout out
'Cause-
Minecraft.
Shout out Minecraft, like
Yeah.
honestly, like the best game of all time.
Yes, but I think it's the highest or the highest selling game ever.
Yeah, it's like the
Yeah, I
highest selling
think-
game ever. I think it's still the most played game ever.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think Fortnite comes close to that. And all these little like
Oh, God, I hope not.
all these
Oh, we're
little
not talking about
12-year-old
Fortnite.
shitheads are like, oh my god,
no.
have you seen me build in Fortnite?
We're not talking about Fortnite
you want a $19 Fortnite gift
No.
card?
Fortnite should be banned from this podcast.
at all. This 100%. I don't even know why we're
No
bringing this
cranky
up. This
nines
is
in here.
horrible.
When we talk about battle royales, we'll talk about Fortnite.
No.
Stay tuned for another episode.
You know what
of
battle
Gucci
royale is?
Agronomics,
It's-
where we will talk about battle
No,
royales.
no. Battle Royale is Sky Wars on Minecraft. That is Battle Royale. That
All right.
that is Battle Royale.
We got to give the people a taste. We
Wait,
can't let
but
them
they have
know.
actual Hunger Games on Minecraft too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. But no, I remember staying up. I was playing with my friends that I met on CS. Amanda, Jacob, and oh my god, Chris. I remember we stayed up one whole night and we were playing Minecraft. We're like, all right, what the fuck are we doing? And we built the whole hidden leaf village for the most
Jesus,
part.
that's
For the
crazy.
most part, we stayed up, I think, and we played from like literally 9 p.m. all the way to like 12 p.m. the next day. And yeah, bro, I literally woke up again at 3 a.m. by the way. But it was was immaculate. I was literally dressed as Naruto, as like Hokage Naruto.
Yeah, it's been so fun.
That was fun.
And Minecraft it's relaxing too. It's a good change of pace from like
This
other
is
games.
okay. We said there was no winner. PC wins.
PC wins.
PC wins. They got peak Minecraft.
No, but seriously, like I still had I found enjoyment in playing Minecraft on my PlayStation 4. Like I remember when I was in 8th grade, I would get home and there was a time where my friends and I would just get on Minecraft and just start, finding a village, killing the villagers, taking their stuff, and then from there just taking it over and creating our own kingdom. And there was something fun about that. You get me? There was no like, oh, haha, we're gonna do mods or we're gonna do this. It was just same plain old vanilla Minecraft, which, yeah, would have been fun to be able to do like Hunger Games or like Skywars and all that on console, but at the same time, it's all about just keeping it very basic. To it. But other than that, I don't really think. Yeah, no, PC wins.
Okay, like PC would win in the sense that it'll have like the better graphics. It'll always be upgradable, but consoles are still more affordable.
That is true. That is very true.
And they're more convenient as well because if you want to,
you can take them anywhere.
Yeah, if you want to move them from one room in the house to the other, you just got to unplug like the power and the HDMI. PC, you got to unplug
literally everything.
Depending on how many monitors you have, like 2 display ports, the power, stuff for your headphones.
Make sure you pack it up properly to move it because you don't want to break
anything. Because everything in there is expensive.
Because you can still get the same quality graphics that you can get on PC. Because the consoles now have where the graphics cards support ray tracing, which would be the same as a RTX 3090 or 3080 that introduced ray tracing.
Yeah, the 30 series, I believe.
30 series.
So all 30. So even the 3070
I
would
believe
have.
so, yeah.
Okay, so you can still get ray tracing on a console that costs a third or a quarter of the price of a full PC build.
It's true.
Yeah.
Now, granted, the PC is meant to do more than just gaming. Of course,
exactly.
You can do pretty much anything on PC, whereas on a console you're limited to just playing games and maybe streaming on subscription services or you're on YouTube or whatever. But it's still only $500 for a console.
That's true.
That is true.
But Zach, the frames, you get more frames on a PC.
Well, no, you get 4K 120 on PS5 and Xbox.
But
if you have the correct TV.
But those are theoretical. They tend to dip on some games.
They do.
Well, I mean, I'm sure if you play like a really high demanding game graphically,
you'd be surprised.
Speaking of ray tracing, that's one of the things that knocks frames down.
PC will never ever let you down like that.
No, definitely not. I mean, I have a pretty like compared to like Richard's build, my build is kind of mediocre.
Yeah, Zach has like a $250 PC build. It's okay.
Hey man, it's a Java, a Dell Inspiron.
Alienware laptop.
Man is running freaking Pop Tropica at like.
Oh my god, what a game! That's another topic.
dude, I could
Iconic.
talk on hours about mobile games and Facebook games and stuff like that. But that will be an awesome topic.
No,
for
not even
week.
that. I remember when I was playing on PC when I was a lot younger. I would play Roblox, dude. Roblox when it first came out was fun. Now it's popular because it's an app that you can get on your phone, on your tablet, and everything. But before, it used to be the virus-getting freaking game that you would download from your PC, and it was fun. I remember my brother would try to like convince me to get me like off of it, and I was like, no, I shall never admit defeat.
Me as a kid with RuneScape.
Oh, RuneScape, damn, that's another memory. But yes, and also, WoW, like World of Warcraft.
Dude, we should have it. Dude, that's an awesome episode. We should just talk about
we should literally just have a whole episode. Yeah, you know what? You're right. We're not gonna dive into that
because we can go more for hours, bro.
Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, ultimately, to just kind of end off the like we said, there is no definite winner. You can literally have to whatever console that literally makes you have fun at the time being. You know,
exactly.
It's at this point, it's just basically, hey, let's just chill and play and have fun. It's no longer, oh, what's better, what's this, what's that. Like those times are completely dying out, which is kind of ironic that we're making this episode, but it's still a nice topic to talk about, to like reminisce on everything.
100%. It's like you're saying, it's like, hey man, let's grab the Switch, let's play together, let's play some Smash
literally.
Brothers. Or you call up your friend like, hey man, let's get on
play the Switch with you or Smash Bros because you would just obliterate me, and that's not fun.
Well, yeah, it's not fun. Or like it's calling up your friend and being like, hey, let's hop on Apex tonight, right?
Yeah, bro.
And I'm on PlayStation, you're on Xbox. Zach's on PC, Richard's on Switch,
which is cool.
and we can all play together.
Before that wasn't even a thing, and now the fact that everybody's like, you know what, hey, let's kind of just come together and let's actually do more for what we can do. And I feel like that's another reason that console wars are really dying, because it's like
Just the
hey,
interplay.
dude, I can literally play with somebody that's on an Xbox or a PC and something. Like if I wanted to go on like Vanguard and CDL with Richard and still whoop his ass because I can be better than him, I can.
Run
and
it.
it gives me the option.
Bro, Richard would clean your ass up, bro. Like, it's not even close.
Hey yo.
Hey, yo.
But yeah, no, like cross-platforming is something that I think is the reason why this has died down all entirely. Like literally, Yin Yang 113 has said, like cross-platforming is the greatest thing that could have happened to gaming all across the board. You know?
But it's not like not every game
Yeah, but
supports it, which kind of sucks. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I can't think of. I mean, unless it's a PlayStation exclusive. I mean, it's hard to think of other games that.
But I feel like your head
are
went
not-
straight to Forza. Like we can't play Forza together.
No,
but
just
I'm
like-
like,
no,
it's
like,
Xbox
yeah, of
exclusive,
course.
buddy. Come on now.
Well, I mean, you can cross-play on PC, which is
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
a pro about being an Xbox. Someone who plays Xbox, that you can play with people that own a PC, as long as the game is, I think. Well, I mean, if it's cross-platform in the sense that if you buy it off of Steam, then I guess it would work, unless you have to buy it off of like the Microsoft Store. But that's kind of the pros, that you can cross-play with PC
Yeah.
for pretty much almost any game, unless the game is exclusively PC or exclusively Xbox. But most, like a lot of games are like you can only play on the same console,
On the same console, yeah.
but very rarely can you cross play.
Well, that's why we're happy that this is. It's not just the trend, right? The trend
Yeah.
is starting to go towards more crossplay,
Yeah.
which hopefully in the future all games are crossplay. All bridges are burned. No reason to argue anymore.
I think Minecraft is actually a really good example that for some reason, except for PlayStation, you can cross-play Minecraft on any console. You can do Switch to Xbox to PC to whatever.
Yeah, but I think
Yeah.
that's contracts. It's probably contracts at that point.
Most likely.
That I'm not even. Yeah, that I mean, I don't know. That are just Sony's being a little greedy. And,
Like always, all these companies are in to
Yeah.
make money, right?
yes.
That's the reality of it. They're just, I feel like it's like that everywhere now. So it's like you can't really fight that. But I appreciate every single one of you coming out here again to just talk about this and kind of just rant about it and have a normal conversation about it. It's been fun, and thanks for everything. Let's wrap up episode 2 of Weezman Gamers Anonymous.
And thank you guys for
Thank you
having
for
me
having
on
me.
this week's
And
episode.
Shout
Thanks,
out to
y'all.
everyone in the chat as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
thank
everybody
y'all
with the
for having
questions and
some fun
everything.
with us.
Fire.
Thanks, chat. We'll see you guys next week.
As we disappear into the smoke.
Except me and Norland.
Dude, I can't see it.